Good evening, everybody. Once again, it's me. Now, who have we got worming tonight? It's we've got an addition to the team. So we've got Mr. Nose in his mug, Scott.
I'm imposted.
We've got Andy with his nose in a glass, who's been out to the Bahamas for
It looks like it, doesn't it?
a sudden tan. So they'll be keeping you guys informed of what I'm doing and keeping me informed of what you guys are talking about. So let's drop them into the background.
Bye.
And gets rid of them. That's them out the way. And let's bring my bit of wood on for the continuation of lunchtimes. Camera, there we go. So we've got that, which is now we had a little bit of a discussion lunchtime as to how you wanted it. It's either 190 mil or 7.5 inches by overall 110 or 4.25. So I'll get that out of the way to start with, because I don't want to upset too many people by not telling them in the right order what it is. Let's get that off of the screen. That's it. I've got full screen. Looks like it's a decent picture.
Yeah, looks fine.
Too bad.
And it's actually going round. So
That's a worry. Mine doesn't do that.
no, as lunchtime, there's a knot in the middle of it, so I'm going to do a little bit of roughing down with a bowl gouge to start with. I know it's spindle work, but I've got the weight behind it here, so you can hear it banging. So we're going to do a high top one, and that
We've got
about there.
headstock to the right, Keith. Is there any chance to turn the camera around? Or not? No?
Oh.
No, apparently not.
There we go.
Yeah, technology. That's because I've been
Shall I-
playing with it this afternoon.
Yeah. Shall I let you know who's in?
Yeah, if someone
you can
could.
go for it.
So we have Pete Cochran, Gerard the
Oh.
French Turner, some fat bloke in Horsham. Oh, that'd be me. Andy H.
Fat bloke
Bob
in Pulborough.
Nye.
Yeah.
Gav, James Crawford, Doug Miller, and Chris at Bailey Woodwork, and Rob TP.
Good evening,
And the
guys.
Minikins. Oh, nearly missed her out. That
the
was in
kiddos
trouble.
in then.
And Bailey Woodworks. I've lost picture now. Have you?
Lynn says David Dickinson looks less mahogany than Andy.
Thank you,
And
Lynn.
David Heath, the Guildford Carpenter. If I've missed anyone out, I do apologise.
Have you lost the YouTube picture, Scott? Because I have.
No, I've still got it.
Right, I'll refresh then and see what happens.
22 watching.
Yeah, it's okay. I just had to increase my volume. It was a little bit on the I couldn't hear side.
That's it, I'm back again.
Let's get back on StreamYard. Copperell Woodwork turnings come in. I've got a list somewhere with people's
That's
names.
Rob, isn't it?
Yeah,
Copperell.
Barry Shit is in.
Hi, Barry. Oh, hi, one and all.
And Rob CP. Did you say him?
And
I did say
Rob. Hiya.
Okay. I wasn't listening because I'd lost YouTube at the time. I'm not having a good day with technology.
Tomorrow's a new day, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got accidents to come in at 8 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
so that'll get the day off
Starts
to a
at
good
8
start.
o'clock.
Yep. Get it all off to a good start, I hope.
Your lathe's not that old, is it, Andy?
No, 3 years, if that. It's still under warranty. They're doing it under warranty.
Cool.
He volunteered that because I didn't even tell him how long I'd had it. So
we'll stop and see what it looks like. Now,
It's
a lot of you
actually
might be
delivered.
a little bit concerned that I've got 7.5 inches hanging out the end of the chuck, but
Bragging again.
there's no movement whatsoever in that. Yeah, I've got a nice strong hold in the gripper jaws. So there's the knot that was posing a problem, and I've got another knot which will pose a problem just on the edge of the undercut. But
All 60 sim?
we're not worried about that. A little bit more shape on the top. I'm still using the bowl gouge because I've got the weight behind it. It's a 1/2 inch English swept-back bowl gouge.
And there's nothing wrong with using a bowl gouge spindle turner. You can't use a spindle gouge bowl turner, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. Yeah, they're too flimsy, really.
Flimsy, but I have used it just to refine details, particularly on a rim.
Oh yeah, very light cut is all right, but it's
Yeah.
you wouldn't want to do a heavy
not
cut one.
Not a heavy cut like this one is. And that's getting quite hard down the bottom there, so got to move the tool rest. And probably the easiest thing would be to take that off with a spindle gouge. I've got a little bit more control. Now, if I bleach you out, guys, it's not too bad. It's only because I need to see.
Why?
I thought you were going to make it exciting by not being able to see.
Yeah.
Well, it was exciting. For me. Now I know what Chris Fisher is like.
Yeah. How he does it, I don't know.
No. But,
amazing man.
He
His
only does
spatial awareness must be something else.
Yeah, but he doesn't do anything quite as catchy and grabby as what this is. I've just got to go in and
What was the guy that was at the wood turning weekender? He was blind as well, wasn't he?
There was one, wasn't there?
Jeff
Christie.
Yeah, was he? He wasn't blind, but he was partially sighted, I believe.
He's blind in his left eye.
Right.
And 20% in his right eye.
Yeah, he's with Emma in the small tents at one point when we bumped into him. Yeah. Linnykins asking what's wrong with my lathe. It doesn't work, Lynn. Basically,
he's broken it.
I was turning on it, and I pushed the stop button, and eventually it came to a stop, taking longer than normal, and it wouldn't start again. So I phoned Axminster immediately, and they're sending somebody out at 8 o'clock in the morning, which I was very impressed with.
The only downside is Andy doesn't get his normal lay-in.
Yeah, no, I don't mind that. I'm always awake early anyway.
Neil M's in. Do you want me to have an extra lay-in for you, Andy? I'll stay in bed till 1.
If you wouldn't mind, yeah, that would be really useful. Woodworm Paul's in.
Oh, I can't remember the last time I turned the muffin.
I did one yesterday, just before my lathe broke. Well, no, my lathe broke this morning, but I did one yesterday. Practice for this morning. That's a waste of time, wasn't it? It
Now I
was so
want to
long since. Sorry,
go
Bob.
in with a. My cut is going straight in
My
line with the flute.
computer's gone down again.
Find the cut. There it is. And that's not an easy one because of that knot that's just there. Right. Clean some of the gubbins out.
I've lost YouTube again.
It's quite aggressive cut. There's 1/2 inch shavings coming off of there. Just being held in spindle jaws. The gripper jaws. Right. Swapping over to the spindle gouge. The first bit is quite hit and miss, particularly when you go in like that. So this might be a bark free one now. Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be a round one. So that's what happens when you get just in there and it catches. So it wasn't quite in line. I'm not quite sure where it caught. It must have caught just there, picking it up just there. I can see where it is.
Happens to all of us.
Yep, so we'll have a round one then. So we can get rid of some of that straight away.
Yeah, Bailey Woodworks suggests it's a controller issue. I think you're probably right. Bailey Woodworks, that's David, isn't it? I think it probably is, but I shall hopefully find out in the morning.
It's Chris, isn't it?
It's Chris. Sorry, I did that this morning.
Yeah.
This morning.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
I think I'm going to leave it as it is, like that. Partial.
I would say half and half. Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't look. Yeah, it looks deliberate, doesn't it?
Yeah. I can then get rid of this little bit that I was trying to get rid of.
Yeah.
And I think I'll do that with the bowl gouge.
Rob Stanley doesn't like cutting through knots.
Well, we found that out and we proved that you could do that the other day, Rob, didn't we?
So
my last live.
Show them who's boss.
Yeah.
Firm hand.
We've got some fresh ones in tonight, so what I'll do is I'll show you my
Brian's in.
Scraper. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Yeah. This is hand made.
There's no surcharge for Irish.
No. So let's put it on a bit of white abrasive paper so you can see it. The right hand side is flat, grounded about 45 degrees. The left hand side is grounded about 35 degrees with a radius to it. The profile is in excess of 45 degrees on both sides. And I've also taken off the heel because it leaves a point. So that, now I can adjust the tool rest a bit closer, will be what we'll be using to initially make the entry underneath to start undercutting it. That was the knot just there. So cut on one section only. Don't plunge it in because cutting on two will be a little bit eventful. Going in on the side wing. Swinging it round to the left wing. because I've got more hanging over the end than what I really ought to have. So I'm going to put it in trailing mode. So I've tipped it about 15 degrees. It just softens the cut. Don't go right in because you'll be at the wrong angle. So we can stop, and if we go over to tail cam, which is number 4, you will hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4 see a little bit
A
of
little
what.
bit bleached out, but I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I can kill that down a bit. I think it's that one.
That's better. That's better. Can you still see?
Yep. I can still see.
Yeah, no, that's better. Yeah.
I've got new lights. They're dimmable. I can change the colour on them as well. So
I think magenta would be nice.
what, to match your eyes or your nose? That's hard.
Jennifer is in. Hi, Jennifer.
And I'm too high. That's why I'm having issues. Not much, but enough to make it a problem. Hi, Jennifer. There's a big lump of something come out. I'm going to stop and investigate in a minute.
Peter Corcoran's saying he's had a problem looking at this morning's one because he gets a message up saying that there's a YouTube said there was an error. I'm getting that tonight, Peter. I've had it 3 times so far, and I'm just refreshing, and that seems to sort it out. I'm not saying it will do for you, but it might.
So there's a knot there, and there's a bit of bark that I think popped out. So I just got to clean this up underneath. I think YouTube have been having issues, haven't they?
I wouldn't be surprised. I've not had this problem before. So
A lot of the media platforms have been.
I think too many people using them. I expect.
Good turning Bob Barry's in.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's not a bad picture. I think you can see more than what
No,
I can.
It's good. Yeah, no, it's good.
So it's a light scrape just at the very top, because that's better. That's better. We got a cut there then.
That sounded nice.
So I think I'm happy with that shape.
Good.
Just a little bit of a ring just there, but that I think will sand out. Maybe underneath the head's okay. The stem's okay. No, I'm going to just take that one more cut. He said.
Okay.
Famous last words.
I'm a bit closer now with the tool rest as well.
That helps. Yeah.
And using the bowl gouge just to give me the weight behind the tool to stop it bouncing. I can see what's happened. I don't think you can see the slight shimmer on the top where the timber's relaxed as I've cut it. Feels better. That is an issue with branch U and doing what we're doing, leaving a big lump on the top and taking out quite a bit of the bottom underneath of it, so you do get a little bit of movement.
You've got the chat a minute, Andy.
Okay, righty up.
There's a problem in my workshop.
Oh dear.
Yeah, coffee cup's empty.
I was going to say nothing trivial, I hope.
That's a major.
Nothing that went bang like unlike last Thursday after my live.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Happy with that. Drop a parting cut in to define the bottom. Double the width of it.
There's a new name. Nurpu. N-U-R-P-U. Nurpu PM. Welcome.
That's a new name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us who you are and where you're from.
And Ruben,
Nurpu.
Ruben Woodcraft
Please.
is in as well.
Are you Ruben?
Right. Now the exciting piece. Well, for some people, not for me.
Lionel's in. L'Atelier de Leo. Bonsoir, Lionel.
Evening, Lionel. Right, we're going to start on 80. We're going to drop the volume down. Remember, heat and U don't go together.
No, they don't. Heat and me don't either.
You wouldn't say that with your tan.
that was accidental.
I reckon you've been under the sunbed, Andy.
Yeah.
No fear. That's the last place you'd catch me.
Bottle of scotch this afternoon he had, and then went to sleep on the sunbed. I know.
Yeah. Didn't have that much sun, did we? Oh, I did this afternoon, didn't it? Yeah.
We're meant to get a heat wave coming in, aren't we?
Yeah, better this afternoon than it was this morning.
Yes, it was because it was raining this morning.
Right, now I'm going normal direction, so the fold of the paper, because I've got two thicknesses of paper, and I'm holding it with thumb at the top with the fold innermost, so that if it does catch, it will just pull it out of my fingers.
Mole Valley.
Dave's the Mole Valley Makers in.
Thank you.
Hi,
Dave, that's right. I was trying to remember his question now. My list is in my workshop and I'm indoors.
Exactly the same, going right-handed underneath, work right to the very top of the cut. Paper's working quite well.
I'm trying to keep up with this French conversation that's going on between Gerard and
I
Lionel.
can't speak French, so yeah.
I'm understanding bits of it, but not all of it by any manner of means.
Scott has trouble speaking English at times.
Roy Canada's in.
Oh yeah, God, that jumped up there quickly.
Stop that now. I think I've got to do a bit of power sanding by hand.
French was never a language I could get my head around when I was at school.
I must admit I had trouble with English. It was never my best subject.
Yeah.
Not even Del Boy French.
I I'm amazed when I go over to France that I can actually understand some of what's said to me, but not a great deal. I can't
So,
speak it to save me life.
no, so am I when they tell you you're not supposed to be there. And start waving arms and flailing bits and pieces around.
That's
Right, we're
just
going.
driving on the wrong side of the road, mate.
Yeah, well, I've done that before as well.
Have I?
Yeah, my backseat passenger said, we're in France, you're supposed to be on the other side. I said, I am on the other side, but not the right other side.
No, it's definitely the wrong side over there.
Yeah, fortunately, wasn't much traffic around. Right, and then down onto 120 grit.
I drove straight out the Channel Tunnel, straight down the wrong way round a roundabout.
Yeah,
In an ambulance, I didn't care.
yeah, we had an excuse.
Roundabouts, the first time I went over there, I had to sit and look at them and just work it out before I actually went on to them. Because it all seems wrong, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I approached very slow the first roundabout. Got there and got round it, only because I waited for all the rest of the traffic to move off
Yeah,
first.
that's right. Yeah, it took a long time, but
It wasn't too bad.
yeah, Linikin says, I remember that well. Luckily, just a small roundabout.
Yeah, I think I almost went across the top of it because it was easier than I did just to what roundabout.
And Gerard's offering French lessons.
Jonathan Flynn's in, all the way from New York.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hello, Jonathan.
Did
Made
you
any eggs yet?
Yeah, did you catch the lunchtime one? Was it up to your expectations? Was that what you were looking for? We had a little bit of a challenge thrown. Gauntlet dropped in right now. Swap it round to forward. Finish
Is
sanding
that
at
your favourite
240.
pen turning tool I see there in the background? No, on the
Yep.
floor behind you.
Oh yeah, yeah. This
Oh,
baby.
that one,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. Turned many a pen with that.
I think it was Barry was asking if you were going to be turning with a shovel.
Not tonight.
Not tonight, no.
No. I tend not to do mushrooms with a shovel. It's the undercut.
It could be tricky.
I bought the crown mushroom tool for that.
Well, Jonathan says, absolutely, how was your lunch? I think absolutely it was useful.
Good. We might try another practice piece in a minute for those that didn't see lunchtime or haven't read all of what's on one of the posts that I put up. I can't remember which one it was on. It's possibly my own channel that Jonathan come back and said he would like to see after we turned egg cups the other week. He would like to see an egg turned. So
Okay. Well,
Andy and I were both set up for it, but I ended up doing it.
so YouTube's having a bit of a glitch and throwing people out. If you refresh, it will let you back in. It's just done it with me.
Yeah.
And Gerard's got
a question. Yes, I couldn't get
Go
in. So, a real genuine woodworking question. Some mushrooms have a bulbous bottom. I mean, like a bulb on the bottom. How would you go about doing it, please?
Differently to this. Let me just warn you that it wouldn't look the same. We could, perhaps we might do the second one with a bulbous butt.
Okay, yep, sounds good.
That's called the TV butt, isn't it?
And Gav suggests like an onion, Gerard.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, Woodwax 22 on its...
You still got some?
Past sell-by date.
That tin looks empty.
It is.
He keeps getting the stuff out of it, though. It's a magic tin.
Hang on. Look, I know we went to a northern invasion, but you don't have to act like a Yorkshireman.
No, but if there's some in there, you're going to use it. Look.
Yeah,
a little bit in there.
True. Yeah.
If I can turn it around enough.
Warm it up
Which
a bit.
we're on that one, that's why.
That's it, yeah,
Let's go back to a different camera and you guys can see what I'm doing. rather than
That'd be
guess.
spoil anticipation.
Yeah. My pit crew are not so good tonight, will we on? So we want to go on to that one.
Yeah, that one. Whatever. That's it.
So everyone can see now rather than just me. So it's me showing you the nearly empty can to the wrong camera. You see, there is some in there.
Yeah,
Not
there
a
is.
lot, but enough for a mushroom.
Yeah, stick a bit of terps in there, you'll have plenty.
There ain't
I've drunk it
mushroom in
all.
there.
So, as normal, cellulose sanding sealer, even if it's wet, straight on with wax. This is a Weebrax pad, and it's the grey one, where I get them Web. This is equivalent to 1600.
You just answered Gerard's question.
Good. I'm a mind reader, as well as a wood turner.
Brian is saying for a change, his internet is behaving.
He's got the Irish model and the.
Jennifer's
Perhaps
isn't.
the smart's taken over, the luck of the English. That's what it's worth.
They're having a bad time, I think, at the moment, because Jennifer's saying she's got problems as well.
Yeah, I think it's YouTube.
And MVM said the same thing. So, yeah, I think it is. I think you're right.
Right, well, I can't do anything about that, guys.
No.
I'm still here. Yeah. Just massage that wax in with the Weebrax pad. And this is the method I always used to use before Yorkshire Grit come out. And on bits and pieces like this, I find it's easier to control. Because if you've got a uniform shaped piece, you don't have too many issues. But when you've got lumps and bumps and bits missing, you've then got to get rid of the Yorkshire Grit before you can go any further. Whereas if I don't get rid of all the wax, as it's only wax, I can buff it off at a later date. And I don't think my finishes can be faulted. I've never had anyone question that's a rough finish. Could have gone a bit finer with the paper.
But Gerard, I'll repeat the answer if you can give us a choice of cake. Gerard didn't hear your answer to his question about the pad because his missus come past to see what cake he wanted.
I'll have a bit of chocolate, Gerard. I don't mind. I'm not that fussy.
And in the meantime, it was the grey Weebrax.
Yeah. Yes, the grey Weebrax, rated at about 1600. Massage it in. What you're effectively doing is wet sanding. Like I say, the problem with Yorkshire Grit on something like this is you've got to get the whole lot of it off before you can progress to a finish. Whereas if I don't get the whole lot of this off, I can buff it off later on. That's looking quite spectacular for me. Who said that?
Gav said I Woodwork wants to know what the video editing software is called. It only has a one-time payment. Isn't it Filmora?
Yeah, it might be.
Mark uses it. I think it's the
I use
Filmora one.
Shortcut, but that's free. So
yeah, I seem to remember Mark recommending Filmora to me. I downloaded it and then couldn't work it out, so I don't edit. I just put them on as they are.
Well, that's why I only do lives.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris Spinning with Dodger says Filmora as well. So
yeah, Jamie Page uses Filmora, swears by it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's the finish, guys, and actually looks quite shiny.
Chris Spinning with Dodger says good evening, all. By the way.
Evening.
Hi, Chris. Right.
Awfully polite.
hack this off. Try and get in as, not quite that tight. I want to get my fingers around there. It would have been just as easy to put the short tool rest on, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
Which I didn't.
At least you'd be cutting near the centre bar then as well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. That's quite good. Where did I put it anyway? There I do.
It's behind you.
Right, now I'm probably going to bleach you guys out for a minute, but I do need to see down the bottom of this little hole. About 3 chisel widths down the bottom. They're on tapering up to the middle. About 4 mil to go. There we are. Now, there's a little pip in the middle, which you can't easily see, but you can't now because it's gone. So what I can do is I can kill that light, which takes a lot of it away. So there we are, guys.
Very
One
nice.
mushroom, highly figured, highly polished. I'll just sand the bottom off another day. But if the tool tidy up, because they're all over the place, we can get rid of that bit. So now, you were saying you wanted to see one with an onion bottom more, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we go with this piece because it's got an interesting head to it.
Yep.
And there's a barks coming off the bottom anyway. Just the normal gripper jaws. And these do really hold well. And for our overseas friends and those that want it in both languages, 150 or 6 inches and 110 or 4 1/4 on the biggest, and the smallest is 95 by 3 5/8. I think that covers every eventuality. Are we still there, guys?
Yeah.
We are.
Okay. It seemed to have went quiet.
Yeah, let's have a nice little doze. That's all right.
Okay. Sorry if I woke you.
I'll forgive you. I'm good like that.
Again, with the bowl gouge. Handle well down. Side wing against it. A shear cut. Much less aggressive than ploughing straight in with the nose of the tool. lifting the handle so that I'm cutting on centre. One more cut should do that. Don't bounce. Can you hear it bouncing? I can certainly feel it.
No, couldn't at that point.
And going a bit lighter. Tell you what, this yew is a really hard piece of yew.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like that's going to need a little bit of attention with something that might have got a bit more of an edge on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got a
There's more
got
figuring
bounce
that.
just there. Yeah,
More
got a
figuring
good
that when I
bounce.
gave it the benefit of the doubt for.
Run round with a spindle gouge. Where did you put it? There I do. Pick up the cut. I'm trying to glide the bevel over the wood now. So that's about 3/4 of a mil. Good 30 seconds in English money. Trying to finish on the centre. I think this would be a sanding exercise on the top. It's not as bad as it was. It's just that little nipple in the very middle. Stroke that off.
Need
That's
to chat
gone.
with you, Scott. I've just got to go for a minute.
Okay, mate.
Lock that down tight. So we'll have a round top on this one. For the aficionados out there, I'm running at about 400. Start lower than you want to finish off. There goes the rest of the bark, which we knew was loose anyway.
Bit more.
No, it's all gone now. Again, using the bowl gouge, I can get quite aggressive with the cut. And the spindle gouge, you wouldn't manage quite such a heavy cut as that. Right, we are just about round now. So for the Frenchman living in Ireland, he wanted a mushroom base. If I've got that right.
So Brian is saying that Filmora costs the perpetual plan is $89.99, and Mark Strawton's just joined us. He says skiving, time to watch.
Welcome, Mark. Apparently you're good ladies in as well, Mark, so you better watch it. Be careful what you say. So same as last time. Stop the squeal. Tip the scraper to about 15 degrees. Gently ease it down there. Stop. Have a look. See what that looks like. While I'm stopped, I'll take you over onto that camera, which we're on anyway. So, number 4. Can't read. 2, 3, 4. That's better. So you can still see the shape. You can see how far I've got underneath. I want to make the top of the neck here quite a bit thinner yet, but I'm happy with the outside. I'm not worried that the bark's missing. I don't suppose I should pick it off, but if it flies off in sanding, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Just aware there's metal teeth just a bit further than that. Not a good thing to hit.
Long, wouldn't it?
Di Proughton, evening Di.
Hello, Di. Didn't have enough lunchtime of me then?
Diet.
How's your electrics, Di?
Well, Strawton's in, you said that, so.
Try not to bleach it out for you. But,
We'll see what you're doing.
yeah, I've got it shut right down, but That's about where I want to be with the cap. Now I've just got to tart up the stem, but I think what I'm going to do first is sand that. While I've got a little bit of rigidity at the bottom. Let's kill that. Move that. Turn the speed down. And sand the head off. It's always the head that the ladies want to fondle. Now, if the head's good, doesn't matter too much what the rest of it feels like and looks like. We always used to say to them, they come up and say to you, "Oh, it's very shiny." Quick response would be, is because it's ladies like you come over and rubbing it. And they always used to chattel, and 9 times out of 10 they'd buy one. So that's a bit of 120 we're starting at. It wasn't bad enough to go to the 80. The inside might want a bit of 80, but we'll see what that looks like on the outside there now. Actually, I'm impressing myself, I think, with that. Got a little bit of a mark just there. Did have. So let's got rid of that. So don't generate any heat. Keep the paper moving. Invest in a new bit of paper if you're not getting dust off. The biggest fault with most people, particularly on you, I can get another 4 or 5 cuts out of that bit of paper. Don't try. It's not worth it. You overheat the timber. You set up little hairline cracks in it. Once the hairline cracks are in there, you can't get rid of them. You can't cover them up apart from texturing it.
Question from Gerard, Keith. Keith, am I right in thinking that if you were using the Sorby mushroom cutter, the orientation would have to be the other way to be able to use it?
Pass.
My reaction exactly.
Yeah, have a word with my boy because he's got one.
Oh, is he? All right. Well,
yeah. So the mushroom cutter. Hang on. Let me just pick it up. I said crown, it is Sorby. It's totally different shape to the tool that Keith's using. So you've got like a little nipply bit on the end of it, and that's what does the cutting. There's no bevel on it. It's 90 degrees all the way around.
Straightforward scraper, isn't it?
Yeah. It takes some getting used to, but once you get used to it, I really like it. I did try making a tool like Keith's got. Yeah. Didn't get very well.
Right, so we're now on to 240. Do underneath the head at the same time. And then we'll stop the lathe, reposition the tool rest, and finish off the stem.
So it's like the teardrop with a bit on the nipple on the end, as you say. Yeah. So I've got it up on Google. Yeah.
Okay. Right. That fits a treat. So let's try and refine this a bit. Have a little bit more speed. The closer I can get to a finished surface, the better it will be. I'm going to define the bottom.
Benjamin is in.
Evening, Ben.
Hello, troublemaker.
It's very nearly good morning.
That's defined the base. Pick up a cut. Very aware where the wing is, the edge of the head, the hood, cap, call it what you will.
Top bit.
Yeah, as well.
Yeah.
I dare say in culinary terms that's not just the top piece. I think that's more or less the shape that I'm looking for.
Just coming up to the hour, Keith. So.
Any questions on the shape?
Not seen any.
No.
Nope. I think Gerard's too busy being chucked out of YouTube at the moment. 5th time, I think, now.
Let's get rid of some of that. And I'll also get the shavings out my shoe as well. Not the best thing to try and balance on one leg because you've got shavings and splinters in your sock.
Yeah, Lenny Kittens has been kicked out 4 times as well.
Mm.
It's always happening all round, isn't it?
I'll have to believe you on that, guys, because I haven't been kicked out yet. So,
It's only on YouTube, but it's on StreamYard.
Right.
It's all right. Yeah.
right, so I've got a little bit of a
Yeah,
ridge just there.
I'm kicked out again on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
So YouTube's having a right
Mm.
paddy tonight then. Hope it's not affecting the viewing too much, guys. I've still got 34 in, so
Yeah.
It comes back on if you refresh, but
yeah,
I don't know how
just
long for.
frustrating, isn't it?
Hmm.
It's totally out of my control
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
tonight.
Brian's got no problem with it. Lucky old Brian, really.
Yeah,
It's having a new lathe that does it.
one that's got
Has he got a new
reverse.
lathe?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's got the 508.
508.
No.
That's against the one, yeah.
Didn't
Makes
get on
him-
with his.
He had it
Re-
bought for him. Mark bought it for him, apparently.
He seemed to be enjoying using it this morning. Or whenever it was I was watching it. Was it today? Yesterday?
Last night,
remember.
wasn't it?
Oh, last night. That's right. It was.
Yeah. Right, so that's 120.
As Neil M says, all you need to do is move to Northern Ireland because it's working fine for him too.
Yeah, okay. Perhaps you can beam some back.
Yes.
240. Just touch up the underneath of that cap where I just refined it. And then what we'll do is we'll change cameras, go back on the overhead. Put some sanding sealer on, put some wax on, and call this one a day. Number 1. Come on, mouse, wake up. There you are.
It's funny, it's all over the place. Mole Valley Maker's just been kicked out. Barry Chitty says working fine here. So they're both in this area.
Right. So, cellulose sanding sealer as supplied by Chestnut. A coating, but not too much.
Gerard was saying that the just checking for the grey pad, web racks.
Yep.
It doesn't seem to exist anymore. Only purple, green, orange, and white. I hadn't looked in the pack that we got given at Chestnut Weekender, but
No, I don't think Chestnut have ever done the grey.
Right, okay.
I
Chestnut
think
have only.
look under Merca abrasives. Mirka, I believe, or CA.
KA.
KA.
Yeah, I don't know if Dan at Taylor's Murfield stocks it because he's a Merca stockist.
Mole Valley Maker's asking Gerard if he's talking 3M pads or web racks because the colours are different.
Yeah, each manufacturer does their own colour. The green ones you use in the kitchens are about 600 grit equivalent, and they're 3M, I believe, most of them.
Mm-hmm.
But this range does maroon and grey, and green. The maroon is quoted at 1200, and the grey is quoted at 1600. Let me get this bit of wax on. I've got a pack, I think, in here. There might be a name on them. If not, I've got some bits cut up.
Gerard says he was looking at the NiWeb pads. Apologies.
Right.
Axminster,
Whoever you get them from, they call them different.
Yeah, Axminster apparently do the grey one.
Right. What
According
is
to Neil,
the
Neil M.
rating? Yeah. What is the rating of it though?
Don't know.
So the Chestnut Niwebs, the green is 400 grit, the red is 600 grit, the orange is 1000 grit, and the white is abrasive free.
Right. Well, this is Merca ultra fine. It's got it on it, so I know that.
Oh, there's a clue then.
So.
And Ben's
That
Chinese has
apparently-
arrived, so
Yeah, that apparently is the finest,
upside down.
and if you go to the maroon, which again is Merca, it says very fine. So the very fine is 1200, and the ultra fine is 1500. So that's Merca. Apart from that, guys, I'm sorry, you're on your own. But that's what I use. You'll find that's a quarter of a square. I was obviously feeling quite generous that day.
Yeah, sorry.
Usually cut them into 6 or 8s and put them in the boxes. None in
Yeah.
that one.
Axminster one is Hermes Webrax Grey. Is 1500 grit.
Yeah, like I say, each supplier calls them whatever they will, but they're all more or less the same. Just have it
Just
a
the
different
colours
colour
vary.
base to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I bought this was a good price. I think I got some for the club, and I could sell it at club and still make a profit. The club sold it for 60p, I think, and I still made a profit selling it to the club. Not a great deal, 5p a sheet, I think it was, but covered my costs, which were nothing.
Every little bit
70p
counts.
sheet. Club, wasn't it?
Sorry?
I think it was 70p.
Yeah, it went up the last lot,
Yeah.
but as things do.
Are you alright if I put a link into Thursday night, mate?
Yes, mate, please. Yeah.
So this Thursday night, Boxy YouTube's throwing me out again.
Yeah, Gerard's out for the 7th time.
This Thursday night, the wood is now here, so we will be turning.
Never turned that one. That's a new one to me.
We will be turning racing cars. So I've done a little bit of practice. It's a little bit
Around the block once.
No, it's the actual turning's a bit different. It's like turning an off-centered piece or something. You've got to watch your fingers. But for a simple toy, if you've got grandkids, children, friends, or even just something different to put on a table at craft fairs.
Is it one where you turn 2 back to back?
Yes, mate. There'll be a glue joint on it.
It's like, what's his name? The Australian guy did the Volkswagen Beetle that way. In fact, I've got the plans on the computer somewhere.
Right, so you're not going to see a lot of this because I probably bleached you out.
And then this Saturday is the virtual crafty again. Crept up quick.
It is. I shan't be there much. It won't be Christmas money. No, I had a go at the VW Beetle one that was shown, and that was quite fun. My grandson loved it. So it's good fun project.
Yeah, I got told of a link for a company called Stuck at Home Books. I'll tell you what, I'll put the link in here.
Oh, Theo, that's right. The Australian guy Theo who does the record demonstrations. He did it. Theo, whatever his name is. It's a long name, but yeah. But no, it's good fun.
You've gone again. All right, let Scott in. He's escaped from the stream.
Oh, he's there again.
StreamYard this time.
Yeah.
It's good here, isn't it? Looking very pale.
Right.
So yeah, Stuck at Home Books is a company. They were called something before. It's run by GMC Publications, which do the wood turning magazine, monthly magazine. But there are loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of books. Normally like 16, 17 quid. They're brand new and they're a £5. So I got a little bit carried away.
As you do. So there's a conventional mushroom that we did first. I'll put them up on a different screen in a minute.
I quite
And
like
that's
that
the
as a
one we've just done. Yeah, so that was for Gerard, I believe. Because he wanted one with an onion base.
He may or may not be with us, yeah.
You've got to try and please these chefs. put the small tool rest on now. And if Jonathan's in, and if he's not in, tough. We're still going to do it. Carry on from what we were doing. It started lunchtime, which Andy can explain. So, don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that, but I want that. So, bit of 2-inch, 2 1/8 into round. I can use the spindle roughing gouge now. You on the right camera? Yes, you are.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let me kill that light. Is that better?
It wasn't better. Yes, it's better. Yeah.
Yep. Get that out of the way. So I can see what I'm doing now. Right, we're round.
Gerard is still here, so. Cheers, Peter. See you later.
Who's escaped?
Peter Corcoran.
Oh, Peter. Right, yeah.
He's got to get up at 4:15 or something. So didn't sleep last night. So.
Right, so we rough this down with a spindle roughing gouge.
Jonathan Flynn is here, by the way,
Good.
Keith. And for the benefit of anybody who wasn't here around lunchtime, Jonathan sent us a very nice email thanking us for what we do. Keith and myself that sent it to Keith. Keith sent it on to me and suggested that he would be interested in seeing how to make an egg to go in the egg cups that he'd seen us make. So, hence the eggs today.
It's just a 10-minute throw-in cover-up job. So, I explained lunchtime why the egg is this shape. But I think we've got a few different viewers in tonight. So I can explain again.
Do we really want to go there again?
Well, yeah, you're going to have to listen to it.
We had some interesting comments.
We did. Now, for those that know the anatomy of a chicken, know that it's only got one hole at the back. And that serves for everything. So the egg comes out where the poo comes out. So
fairly unpleasant. But.
If that hole was too big, the chicken would walk around pooing itself all day. So
don't they then?
It's got an elasticated bottom, shall we say. So to get the egg out, the bottom has to be a little bit forgiving. So it has to stretch gently. So the egg is this shape because it starts off in a very small, tight hole. As it comes out, it gradually expands the hole up to the maximum of the egg. And then once it's got to the size of the egg and the actual egg, the egg drops out and the bottom, the hole clamps shut. So hence a taper on one end and a fairly flat piece to the other end. How about that for useless information, guys? But it's also a good talking point if you're going to sell them. I've rough sanded this down pointy end, and we did work out what both ends were called. It's not blunt. It's not pointy and blunt.
No,
it has got a technical name.
It's pro something and something else, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find it again.
Mm-hmm. So we've already gone over it with a bit of 80. Just going to attack it with a bit of 120. Won't need a lot of sanding. I'm leaving this on an 8mm spigot for the time being, so that's 120. Quick flash with a bit of 240.
Prolate is the pointed end. And I can't remember the name of the other one now. Something else late. Exolate. Or, no, it wasn't.
Dilate, wasn't it, or something? No, okay.
Yeah, so I can't remember that.
No.
I'll find it again.
And the actual opening is called, it's got a specific opening. It's not its bumhole
Arse.
or arse. It's
Something
shiolate or
nasty stuff.
something. Yeah, it's technical, but anyway, there's an egg. If you don't like it, blame Jonathan. If you do like it, blame Jonathan and me. Quick coat with sand-in sealer.
Is that a chicken egg or is that a duck egg?
A duck egg if it flies off. But, it's a large chicken egg.
Ah, Pete says cloaca is the hole.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I knew it began with C. So does Terry collect empty wood wax 22 tins?
No,
I've got
mate.
an empty one now.
No.
Can I not send it back for a refill?
No.
Oh, it's a bugger. So massage it in. On this, as it's so smooth, I can go into reverse. You're supposed to leave wood wax 22 for up to 20 minutes so that the nasties evaporate off and whatever. So I want to just warm this up a bit and get it to integrate with the wood. You can soon see when it goes. You can see the wet line appearing. Right, oh god, I'm going to have to throw that tin away and that bit of Weebrax away.
Oh,
It's
man.
rough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyone,
Oh.
I think you've been to a chestnut weekender and you could have bought yourself a new tin.
That's
like
too
that.
easy. Oh, something like that, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see the point in opening that one too early.
No, I can't find the
Why
name of
throw
the other
away
end.
4 or 5 projects worth of wax? Bit quicker tonight than I was lunchtime.
Yeah.
Hour 20 at the moment, or just short of. I think it was hour and a half lunchtime. Perhaps I rabbited a bit more lunchtime. I know the longer one that I did then put up a little bit more of a fight than what tonight's did, because it was an inch longer, inch more hanging out the chuck. But, I wasn't concerned about that much hanging out the chuck. Right, we are all but done. If I can get this close enough, or closer, that'll do. I can finish parting this off. Oh no, he's got a skew.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
So hopefully we don't get a threaded egg. There we are. Let's kill the dust extractor. I've had enough of that tonight. Rumbling away in the background there. Let's get rid of some tools. Have the party bench back out. 1 egg, a pair of mushrooms.
I can't find the name of the rounded end of the egg at the moment.
Oh, I think we've given up on that now.
Prolate
Yeah.
and oblate, I think.
Oblate, that's it. That's the one. Yeah, prolate I've got, but I couldn't find oblate. But yeah, you're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
that's what Pete put in the chat.
Oh,
Yeah.
did he? Oh, God, I was too busy looking at my phone. Well done, Pete.
There we are, guys.
Very nice.
2 different shaped mushrooms. 2 different style of mushrooms. A standard egg. I left the other one indoors, but it was more or less the same. I've just got a little nib on the end to sand off, but that was not too bad. Bit of London plain. Bit characterless, but hey ho.
Turned
An
well,
egg.
though.
Yeah, well, it turns easy, doesn't it?
Mm.
No knots in it as such to throw you about. So that's it, guys. Has anyone got any additional questions or requests? I'm not going to say the requests will be listened to.
No, it's he seems to be very happy. Great watching, excellent demo from Roy in Roy, Canada.
Right. Thanks, Roy. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with us. I still see there's 28, 29 wandering in and out as they get thrown back in and out. So thanks for bearing with us tonight, guys. Apologies for YouTube's inadequacy to maintain a supply, but that's it. So let me change cameras.
Gerard says, what a difference when you have good wood to do mushroom. You can't beat you for that sort of thing.
No,
It's
you
just
want something with a little bit of
such an attractive
colour.
timber. Mm.
Doug Miller says, excellent.
Oh, God.
Boom, boom.
Somebody had to.
Here we go. Stop making any yolk.
Right, so there we are, guys. We've got the hoods back in. They are awake.
Better be. I've got candlesticks done tonight.
Yeah. So
Well, you've gone back on the StreamYard. Yeah, I'm back on StreamYard. I can see it now.
There we are, guys. 10th time now, but still here. Well done, Gerard. So hopefully you appreciated the onion-based mushroom.
Yeah, well done, Gerard. You have to work hard to stay here tonight, so you earned your keep.
Yeah, not mushroom for error. They're all the old ones are coming out. As good as ever.
There ain't mushroom in your workshop.
No, and I did have a bit of a sweep up this afternoon. Yeah. There's a bit more now because someone's been over and thieved some wood.
I can't imagine who that would
be. People thieving wood. That's just outrageous.
Yeah. It's wicked, isn't it?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
That's why I keep a crowbar just inside my wood store. Come in there.
Yeah.
Reminds me, actually, I need to put that U away before it rains tonight.
Cheers, guys. Yep.
I can run faster than you, mate. You might have an axe, but I can run.
Most people can run faster than me, so.
Yeah, that's not going to be hard.
Only for about 100 metres, and then I'm out of breath.
Yeah.
You can go as far as that. I'm impressed.
I'm out of breath watching you get that far. So, everyone head over to Scott. Do you want to bang your link in for one last time, mate?
Yeah.
Please.
So what we're going to do first is I will have a piece already glued up, but we are going to go through the process of how we do it. Just for those that haven't seen how you use a paper joint. But obviously it needs time to go off, so I don't want to be turning a freshly glued joint on Thursday.
It wouldn't stay glued for very long.
Yeah. No funny, is there? No. Okay, there's the link for Scott on Thursday.
7:30.
Because Rich is doing an invade after you, isn't he?
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
heard different.
No, I'm not sure who he's invading.
No.
Um,
Tendency to put them up a bit late at
He
times.
does, he does sometimes, and he just makes it, doesn't
Yeah. So.
he obviously got Wayne tomorrow night.
Yeah. Don't think there's anyone lunchtime, is there?
Tomorrow lunchtime, I think, is going to be one of Nick's last lives. He announced on
Right.
Facebook that he's stopping doing lives this week.
Okay.
So I think he's doing tomorrow lunchtime. He's doing Friday night instead of Stace. Stace is featuring on the Virtual Crafty this weekend. Should be brilliant. A new face on there.
Mhm.
And then I think that's it for Nick.
Right, mind you, he has said that before, I believe.
Yeah,
he? Oh, right. Okay. Good.
So,
we shall see.
thank you, guys.
Not a problem.
Thank you, maggots. I'm going to
You're
hit
very
the off
welcome.
button, and I can go in and perhaps
Good
grab
night,
a beer.
everybody.
Yes, thank you,
Cool.
everybody. And
Night, everyone.
bye for now.